Albert Einstein is a smart scientist. He also has this equation, E equals mc square.
Now it's time for our little Albert Einstein to deliver his presentation.
It was outstanding and I admire your performance at the presenters. Thank you very much.
You know about Purple Butter Clam? They're hard shells too. They are made of calcium carbonate. The topper one is the outflow pipe. The downer one is the inflow pipe. If the bacteria builds up, our immune system will also go in craziness. How do bacteria make the laboratories yellow harden? Yep, you should protect your teeth.
We are impressed by your knowledge.
Our little scientist from Senegal, Vishmitha.
Tiny creatures called ants. There are 12,000 creatures of ants. Here are the 3 ant types. Yeah, ants can lift many times their body weight. Do you know how do ants communicate? These special chemicals called pheromones.
Thank you, our little Albert Einstein, for giving us your valuable knowledge.
Today, I'm going to be talking about plants made from photosynthesis. They breathe in carbon dioxide. They breathe out air that we breathe in. The plants need sunlight, soil, air, and water.
See too, we have amazing speech from our Sumiko friend, Vishmitha. Thank you, our little Albert Einstein, for giving us your valuable knowledge.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Vishmitha from grade 1A. Then comes the small intestine. The small intestine is 20 feet long. The large intestine is 5 feet long. The femur is the strongest bone. And the skull is strong, but it cannot handle metal tails that are too strong. That's where we see in our skull.
Now it's the chance of our amazing little brother, Vishmitha.
The brain also is very important because it's the boss of our body. The respiratory system helps us to breathe. The carbon dioxide is out to the air of nature. You know that lungs are very important. Without them, we cannot breathe. We're talking about the human eye. The human eye helps us to see. The eye also has a blind spot that gets small when there is plenty of light. We chew and crack food over there with saliva. Then comes the esophagus. It's a squishy tube. Then the stomach. The stomach is like a blender and it has acids. And also the stomach is very powerful. It's not the powerful thing, but it's the powerfulest. Then comes the small intestine. The small intestine is 20 feet long. The large intestine is 5 feet long. These intestines absorb nutrients and water. Then comes the anus. The anus holds waste.
Now it's a chance.
Talk about human horns. You know that the weakest bones are in our ears. They're very tiny and they cannot handle a lot of process. So that's why we have to protect our bones in our ear. The bones in our ear are very tiny and cannot handle anything. The femur is the strongest bone, and the skull is strong, but it cannot handle metal tails that are too strong. Even you know when you get injured, the bones can heal themselves. The bones, how heal them? They heal themselves easily like that. Even bones can get up to 75% arowana, but not too big or not too small. Our ear bones are very tiny, and the femur bone is looking like very, very hard. So it's also very, very hard and very, very crackable too. But with a knife, you know that the femur bone is very strong, that it can handle something stronger times them. It can handle something stronger times them, but not stronger too big. Actually, that bone you see in our skull is formed by 7 layers, but it's not very strong enough. It's only protecting our brain, but the brain is weak, so that's why the brain is protected with the skull. If the skull don't handle it, the skull cannot fuse together. So, it'll need artificial treatment. You need to protect your bones, like somewhere.
Now it's the chance of our amazing little brother, Vishmitha.
Good morning, everyone. The brain also is very important because it's the boss of our body. The boss of our body is the brain. The brain is very important because the brain also connects to every part. It controls moving, to control our muscles, to control our bones and nerves. Then those signals are connected back to the brain. If we got injured, that signal will go to the brain and then come back to prevent injury or burn. Right? The brain is very cool because it also has thousands of neurons. Millions, thousands, or 1 billion and 8. That is a lot of neurons. The neurons are up to 7,000 to 30,000. Even 1 billion neurons. These neurons send messages and signals every time they're working. The neurons are sending messages. They are always working. The neurons are always working. For the brain, the brain has a lot of neurons. The brain is also working a lot of neurons because the brain is super powerful. It's super cool too. Yet, the brain is a lot more cool because the brain has a lot of knowledge, and even it has 200 to a billion neurons. Even if the brain will not working, the brain brain is still working. When you're also asleep, it's still working. Even when you're annoyed of it, it still works. The brain is connected by wires. The brain is always working, not moving, but the brain is always sending messages. That's the cool part. Brain is a lot more messageable because it's super knowledgeable and also it's sending signals every day. Thank you everyone for listening so patiently. I hope you learned something new about the brain.
What's up next, Nitu? Situ, we have amazing speech from our Sumiko friend, Vishmitha. Vishmitha, you can speak now.
Good morning everyone. I'm Vishmitha from grade 1A. I'm very excited to be over here and today I'm going to be talking about the respiratory system. The respiratory system helps us to breathe and it gets oxygen into it and then the lungs expel any carbon dioxide inside. The air is into the lungs and the carbon dioxide is out to the air, our nature. You know that lungs are very important. Without them, we cannot breathe. The lungs are in the respiratory system. The lungs help us to breathe or even help us to survive because they have a lot of ability. Actually, the lungs are carrying a lot of oxygen, not really a lot. They are not carrying a lot of oxygen. Thank you everyone for listening so patiently. I hope you learned something else. I hope you learned something else about the respiratory system. We talk about the human eye. The human eye helps us to see. The eye also has a blind spot that gets small when there is plenty of light. Morning everyone. I'm Vishmitha Prabhashwara from grade 1A. Today I'm going to be talking about the human eye. The human eye helps us to see. The human eye helps us to see. And it also has blood vessels and nerves. And it sends signals to the brain. When we are asleep, it sends signals to our brain. The eye also has a blind spot. It has thin sensitives out there, so we call it the blind spot. The eye also has a pupil. The pupil is a hole, a special hole that gets small when there is plenty of light and expands when there is tiny bits of light. The pupil is also getting the light inside. Also has a jelly-like substance that is very soft. The eye is very soft, so we need to protect it. living so patiently. I hope you learned something new about eyes.
Thank you, dear little Albert Einstein, for giving us so valuable knowledge.
Today I'm going to be talking about plants made from photosynthesis. They breathe in carbon dioxide. They breathe out air that we breathe in. The plants need sunlight, soil, air, and water. Good morning, everyone. I'm Vishmitha Prabhashwara from grade 1A. Today I'm going to be talking about plants. Plants are very important. They breathe in carbon dioxide that we breathe out, and they breathe out air that we breathe in. It's like plants are helping us clean the air. Plants also produce food and medicine. Plants also can make photosynthesis. Photosynthesis happens like this. The sunlight. The plants need sunlight, soil, air, and water. The fruits that we eat. The fruits have the seeds. The plants also have these parts: roots, stem, fruit, and leaves, and flower. Thank you everyone for listening so patiently. I hope you learned something new about plants.
Thank you, dear little Albert Einstein, for giving us so valuable knowledge to learn.
We are impressed by your knowledge. Are you a scientist from Sinico, Vishmitha?
Tiny creatures called ants. There are 12,000 creatures of ants. Here are the 3 ant types. Yeah, ants can lift many times their body weight. Do you know how do ants communicate? These special chemicals called pheromones.
Now, are you a scientist from Sinico, Vishmitha is here.
Good morning, everyone. I am Vishmitha Prabhashwara from grade 1A. I'm very excited to be over here. Today, I'm going to be talking about these tiny creatures called ants. Ants are tiny, but they can bite. And ants are also climb. They can climb and make nests. There are 12,000 creatures of ants. And do you know how many ant types there are? Yeah, 3. Here are the 3 ant types. The first one is the queen. And the second one is the soldier. And the last one is the worker. The worker has their own food and feed the queen. The soldiers protect the queen and protect the nest. And finally, the queen, she lays eggs. And do you know that another fun fact about ants? Yeah, ants can lift many times their body weight. That's like a human lifting a car. And do you know another fun fact? Some ants can even be red. Yeah, these ants are called red ants. They are very red, but they also bite. They're the same as ants. And another fun fact is that ants can lift heavier times. That's right. And do you know how do ants communicate? Because they have pheromones. Pheromones help them communicate. Well, how can they find their back home without these special chemicals called pheromones? That's what ants do. They can send signals by these pheromones too. They can talk by pheromones. And ants can also live in cardboard too. Yeah. Everyone for listening so patiently. I hope you learned something new about ants.
Thank you, brother. We are impressed by your knowledge.
Now it's time for our little Albert Einstein to deliver his presentation.
It was outstanding and I admire your performance at the presenters. Thank you very much.
You know about purple butter clams? They are hard shells too. They are made of calcium carbonate. The topper one is the outflow pipe. The downer one is the inflow pipe.
Now it's time for our little Albert Einstein to deliver his presentation.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I'm Vishmitha Prabhashwara from grade 2B. I'm very excited to be over here, and today I'm going to be talking about purple butter clam. Purple butter clams are hard shell animals. They are also moving around. And you know about purple butter clams? Yeah. They have a foot that they use to move. They also have a water tube that is split into two. And if you look aside of it, you can see that there are two holes. The topper one is the outflow pipe. The topper one is the outflow pipe. The downer one is the inflow pipe. Purple butter clams also have their hard shells too. They are made of calcium carbonate. Purple butter clams
It was outstanding and I admire your performance at the presenters. Thank you very much.
If the bacteria builds up, our immune system will also go in craziness. How do bacteria make the layer that is yellow harden? Yep, you should protect your teeth.
Sorry for our inconvenience earlier. Now our little brother from Sunico, Vishmitha, has arrived. So let's invite him to a speech. Vishmitha, the mic is yours.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Vishmitha Prabhashwara from grade 1A from grade B2. I'm very excited to be over here. And today I'm going to be talking about cavities. Cavities are the tiny pore things that we cannot see by our eyes. They just attack our amel. Amel is the part that is strong and crush food. And if that area wears out, the hole gets deeper. If the bacteria builds up, our immune system will also go in craziness. the immune system will also go a lot of pain, and a lot of chemicals will come from the immune system's blood, and you know that the immune system will go crazy, right? Yeah, the immune system will go crazy, and then they will hit the wires accidentally that protect the tooth and get blood to the tooth. So these wires are very important. They're like tiny structures, and if they're broken, they won't be working. So you should protect your teeth. And do you know why should you brush your teeth? Yeah, when you brush your teeth with toothpaste, the toothpaste gets all over your teeth to protect your shiny shine. And then when you put even more toothpaste over there and go in circles, and then the bacteria will just get brushed away. So it's very important to brush your teeth. And you know how do bacteria make the layer that is yellow harden? Yep, that's because if you wait fewer 3 months, that causes a lot of dryness to happen. So then that yellow thing will just dry up, and we cannot brush it away with a toothbrush or toothpaste. So you should brush your teeth over and over again 2 times. Actually, do you know how do cavities look like in your teeth? Yep, they just dig and crush your teeth up. And if you don't brush your teeth like a month, a day, or like every day, little tiny pockets will happen. If they get bigger and bigger, these teeth will just fall down. So protect your teeth, okay? Thank you everyone for listening so patiently. I hope you learned something new about cavities.
Thank you, Vishmitha. We are fascinated by your facts.
Albert Einstein is a smart scientist. He also has this equation, E equals mc square.
Thank you, Sanoda. Now, Vishmitha is here to talk about the scientist Albert Einstein.
Good morning everyone. I'm Vishmitha Prabhashwara from grade 2B. I'm very excited to be over here. Today I'm going to be talking about Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein is a smart scientist, and he also has this equation, E equals mc square. That is mass and power. The mass is the sun and solar system. Do you know curvy space? That is what keeps our earth from spinning. And the curvy space gets curved by the sun. The sun is so big, it curves the space. And then the earth just roll around the curvy thingies that we don't need. And then, ta-da, it's spinning. Even you don't feel it spinning, you can still see the nights and also the mornings. Albert Einstein also got born in Germany. And do you know what? When he passed away, they got their brain out to search why is he so smart. For some reason, heart failure or an intestine burst, he cannot survive. So, Albert Einstein is a smart scientist a little bit more. Now, you know that Albert Einstein is smart, but also, he also feels pain but he's also very old. So he passed away. And do you know what Albert Einstein really likes? Comes very close. Math. Math is what really comes close to Albert Einstein. When he was a kid, he didn't talk. When he was age 1, when he was age 4, he has struggled writing, getting math a little bit until he was 9 years old. And when he was 9 years old, he was an adult. And then he can learn much as want. He can learn much as he want from the electricity. Do you know what is electricity? Electricity is what get a lamp. And Albert Einstein likes that. Thank you everyone for listening so patiently. I hope you learned something new about Albert Einstein.
Thank you, Vishmitha. Now we have reached the end of the morning agenda. So, until joining with noon broadcast, let's wind up for now.